Welcome to Junkyard Haunts, where we turn trash into haunts. Today we're going to be making a steampunk briefcase. To do this, you would think you'd start with a briefcase, but I actually wanted to put some material onto their briefcase. So I'm just painting this material brown. And then I'm actually going to grab my briefcase, which I got at a thrift store for very cheap. I did not like the color black for it. I wanted it to be more steampunky, since that's the theme here. And I just covered up the metal parts and then just took some silver spray paint and spray painted the whole thing. And then after it dried, I just took off the tape that I used to cover the metal parts, and it made it look like one complete solid. That was its original color. Now we wanted to add patchwork all over this steampunk briefcase. In order to do that, I took the material that I painted. I guess if you had brown material, then you didn't have to paint anything. But I'm cutting it down to smaller sizes and then just folding over the edge so it has a nice smooth line fit edge on the, and it looks much more nice and neat. Normally I make everything look ripped up and shredded apart, but this time I wanted it to look a little bit nicer, and so I just use hot glue gun to do that. Now I'm actually making a frame because I have this pressure gauge that I wanted to make it look like it's more inside the briefcase. One way to do that would have been to cut a hole into this briefcase, but instead of cutting a hole, I thought it would be better to just build it up and make it look like the briefcase is coming out to encapsulate my pressure gauge. And so to do that, I'm just adding some cardboard here and just taping it on. Doesn't matter what you ended up doing, just do it the way that you wanted to actually do it. Normally when I use cardboard, I would just go ahead and use paper mache to cover the whole thing up, and it gets rid of any cardboard-ish looking thing-ish. Those are some good description words for you. But because this is straight on the briefcase, I didn't really feel like I could have paper mached it very well. So I just used masking tape to cover up those cardboard things, like the edges and creases and stuff. And then I want to go ahead and spray paint just that little section again. Obviously, I talked a lot about that while I'm showing you many other things, but for the most part, you just repeat as what you saw from the very beginning. I'm just adding more to the front and back. To make this look like the pressure gauge is more in a hole, I'm just covering up with some black paint. To age my steampunk briefcase, I just took some black paint and mixed a lot of water in with it, and I'm just spreading it around near the edges and stuff. For the most part, this briefcase actually ended up being a little bit waterproof. So to counter that, you actually just let the water just stay there for a while, and eventually it will dry and create the look that I wanted. Now we're going to put an actual working clock into here. So I got a clock kit. Doesn't cost very much. I got a very cheap one, and just drilling a hole through the briefcase, and just putting the actual working clock kit, and you'll just follow the instructions on your clock. Or if you have another clock that you hang on a wall that you just want to rip apart, that works too. And you just put it back together, and you get a battery in it, and it should actually just start working. It's something that makes it look a lot nicer and a lot more high-tech, but it's actually very simple to add on. We're building the frame for our clock here, and that's just going to be done with some cardboard and some actual bottle caps. I also use the bottle caps in other places to make it look like really big nuts and bolts. And that's the idea for this clock frame too, is to have the frame actually raised up off of the briefcase and to look like it's on nuts and bolts. So you won't see these particular bottle caps, but you will see them elsewhere on the prop. And like I said, when I normally do cardboard, I want to cover it up and hide that cardboard looking thing, so I'm just going to actually paper mache this one instead of masking tape. It'll also make it stronger too, and probably looks slightly better than masking tape. And don't forget to hit subscribe. I make props every Monday. Now my sister actually did a steampunk Halloween costume, and so she bought all these tiny little gear looking things, and I just stole some, so don't tell her. And then I'm just adding them on just for extra detail. And to make this pressure gauge look like it's actually doing something, we're just hooking a tube to it, a clear tube, and we're taking actual little metal brackets here to actually glue them on, just to make it look more steampunky and make that tube look more official. Now my brackets are way too big for this tube, so I'm just using pliers and shrinking them down. And the end one, I'm actually using 2 brackets to cap that off. And once again, adding more details to this briefcase. I know it has some actual locks on the side there, you can see now, combination lock. I'm actually going to just take an old belt and cut it up and actually have a belt going across of it, as well as like extra steampunk security. No one can pick a belt. And to just hide the ends there, I'm just going to do some more of that material that I did earlier on and just cover up those ends so it actually looks like it's coming out of the briefcase. And we're going to paint our clock frame here, and then we're just going to glue it on. After we get all this on, I wanted to add rust to our briefcase to make it, I don't know, I think rust is a good aging and steampunk feel. To do rust, we're just putting on some white glue and then spreading cinnamon across it and using a heat gun to melt that down. That cinnamon will make it look way more rusty, and the actual heat gun there melting it down will make the glue bubbly and look more like rust. It's a pretty cool technique. I've used it before. I can of course put a link to the prop I've used it in the past. Now hindsight, having made this, I wish I put the clock face the different direction, so that when you just have it walking in your hand, you can actually read the clock. Right now you can read the clock if it's in your hand and you're looking down at it. Thanks for watching that video. Make sure you hit subscribe to follow along. I noticed the clock is upside down. Oh well. It's for when you actually hold it, you can look down and it's more easier to tell time. Totally had that in mind. And, in case you're wondering, it does fully function. It is still a briefcase. It still works. Keep all my secret stuff in here because I have so much secret stuff.